Now we have done our gathers. So we are going to be sewing it by the 1/2 inch. We have sewn our band, sleeve band. Now we are going to be sewing 1/2 inch on all of them. I pinned this one. You are going to be sewing 1/2 inch. Sorry, 1 inch, not 1/2 inch. It was 1 inch we added. So we'll be sewing it 1 inch. We'll be doing the same thing to our lining too. So we are done. Now you are going to pay attention to this thing. This is our balloon sleeve. We did the gathers like I told you. And please always mark the side that is to the armhole and the side that is to down. I did my own. I made a biro marking here to indicate that this is the side that is on the bicep, the arm circumference. And this side is the side that is entering the armhole. So, and I remember I snip it in the middle like a mark to show the center. These are the things you do before gathering. Now, this is my sleeve. I also made a mark. This is the center. I snip here. I also snip here. This is the center. So now, this part is a part that you pay close attention to. Now, we are going to put and join so that we can go and sew on the machine. So this is your sleeve. This is the lining of your sleeve. For the lining, you will not do the balloon. So this is the normal circumference, the fitted biceps, the armhole. So what you do is you're going to open it like this. Now you're going to carry this one and put it inside. Now when you're putting it inside, make sure this joining blends with the joining here. This is the first thing you're going to do. I hope you can see. We took it and we fixed it inside. So to help it stay one place, we are going to pin. I've pinned there. When you are pinning, always stretch it and make sure that it laps. You don't have lumps anywhere. If you do and you feel lumps on your hand, you go back and you redo it. Now I have pinned this one. We are going to sew them together. I hope you can see. This is it. Now, after you have pinned this one together, you will take your balloon sleeve. Which side is to the armhole and which side is to, this is the armhole. The armhole is going to the dress, but we are putting a band on our sleeve. So the band is already inside. So this side that is to the arm and to the band, this is it. So for my own, you will take this one like this. You will hold it. You will now take it. This is the side that is to the sleeve. So you will take it and choke it inside. Gently so that you will not injure yourself. Those pins are there. Now this is the side that is to the band and this is the side that is to the armhole. So when you choke it, you remember I told you that place you snipped to find the center. This is where I snipped. You will take it. Can you see? This is where I snipped. This is where I snipped before. And you put it together. You are going to pin. This one is something that will take a while. Now you're going to draw your gather. This side that is sewn, this side should align with this here. So I would look at it. When it's aligned, I will remove my pin and hold it. Now you are going to push these gathers to adjust it inside, and you are going to sew. So you look for your gather rope. You will draw it, push it inside. You can see the rope where you drew the gathers. As you can see. Now this is how you are going to adjust it inside. After you have done it and you are comfortable, you are going to put it on a machine and sew round. I hope you can see. Now in fact, as you put it under the machine, you'll be adjusting it. You'll be adjusting it to go. You'll be adjusting it. But this is how you put it. And mind you, when we're putting it, this is the good side. Oh. This is how we put it inside. Oh. Look at it. It was the good side that entered inside. See. The good side that is to the body of this band. Now, the wrong side, it's in the middle. The good side, I hope you will see. This is the good side that will enter and lap to the body. The wrong side is the side that is in the middle. So, we are going to sew now. Okay, we are going to sew now. Like I told you, you are going to arrange it inside. While you are sewing, you are pushing it to align. So this is how you are going to do. You are going to open it, push it one side, and you are going to sew. It's something that you really have to take your time. It's not something that you rush. You will use your two hands to be adjusting it, as you can see. This is what we have gotten. So now you are going to pull this one up. You are going to pull this one up. Then when you pull it up, you're not going to push it inside. You're going to push it inside to enter inside. And this is the outcome. We are on our way to making our balloon sleeve. We'll get there. I hope you can see. So you're now going to do the same thing on the other side. Can you see the inside? you are going to do the same thing on the other side. So the inside, if I turn it like this is the lining inside, this is the inside, this is the fitted sleeve. We are using lining. This is the balloon sleeve that will sit on top of it. So let's fix it to the top. We have our two sleeves here. I've shown you all the processes. You can see this is our sleeve, both of them. You have seen the process. Now we are going to add this sleeve to the bodice, and I will be showing you. So this is your bodice. I told you how we manipulated the armhole and increased it because this one has sleeves. I've explained all those ones. When you're making dresses that have sleeve, you have to make the armhole wider, but we didn't add it to the measurements. We trimmed it off after we have fixed our top. So now to add these sleeves, this is okay, you can see now. To add these sleeves, we are going to separate the lining and the cloth. Can you see this? So we are going to take the first sleeve. When you take it, this good side will also be to the good side. You bring it under. This is the bad side. See, this is the good side. You take the good side to good side and put it. You put it alone. You're not holding it with the lining. See the lining out? It's only the doll face satin. You take it alone, not with the lining. You put it here. After holding it, you turn it this way. And you're going to pull everything here. So you're going to pin and adjust. You're going to pin it. You make sure they align. You're going to pin it. Now you're going to come up here. I hope you can see. We are going to come up here. Find the middle point, that place that you snipped. Look at mine. This was where I snipped. I'm doing a biro so that it will be visible. So you align it to the shoulder. And you will also pin. This is it. Then you are going to adjust your gathers and push them. You will push your gathers, adjust them, then sew it round. I hope you can see. While you are sewing, you draw your gathers and adjust them to fit into. I want my gathers to be only at the shoulder, not to come down. So I will adjust it. I will adjust it while I'm sewing and be pushing it so that it will sit properly. This is it. By the time you turn it, it will be like this. So let's go to the machine and adjust it while we sew. As I'm sewing, I hope you understand. As I'm sewing, I'm adjusting, I'm pushing the gathers to align. I have pinned down here, which is at the armhole, and I've pinned at the shoulder too. Every other thing will be adjusted to fit into this armhole, this circumference. Okay, now we are going to be sewing our sleeves. Please pin it or use pins. Use pins and pin your work if you want to have a smooth. I told you I'm going to adjust it. I have adjusted it. I have adjusted it using pins. While you are adjusting, use pins. So we'll be sewing it now. I opened this joining. I didn't close it once. I opened it so that place will be flat. Even on the sleeves, I still opened it so that it will be flat. So we are going to stitch 1/2 inch inside. You have to use your hand to adjust it. As you can see, I'm using my hand. You are going to be slow. There's no need to hurry if you want your work to come out fine. Excellently, you are going to be really, really patient. Keep adjusting until you get what you want. Let me fix my thread. While I was doing it, my thread got finished. I didn't even know. So I'll pause this video and fix my thread. The same thing we did on the other armhole is what we are going to do on this armhole. You are going to find your middle point and pin it where the shoulder line is. You will be using pins, a lot of pins. Then you are going to push your adast to align inside the arm and sew round. The same way we started, we did the other one. This is what you're going to do. Then we will sew it round. That's what we're going to do now. So we're going to be doing a lot of pinning. We'll be doing a lot of pinning. So we'll be sewing it now. After pinning everything down, we are going to be sewing. ½ inch. Always adjust the under so that you not come and match your fabric by mistake. That is how the adjusting is done. You keep using your hand to adjust until you get that perfect. So we are done. The next thing is to sew our lining. We have sewn the sleeve, but we are yet to sew the lining. So what you do is you can still snip small, just few places snip. This is what we always do for circles. The same way you will do this side. I started doing this one, the thread finished. So when I fixed it, I went ahead to do the second sleeve. It's the same method. So the next thing is to sew our lining. Okay, now we have fixed our balloon sleeve. As you can see, this is the balloon sleeve. On the inside, see, we fixed it separately and we snipped the armhole, just the normal way we snip. We pushed our gathers to the shoulder. And now we are going to sew the lining. So the lining is very small on the inside. This is our lining. So what are you going to do? You are going to draw it out. You are going to draw it out. Now, we want to sew the lining such that we will still hide the seam. So how will you get this? The only way to get it is, just watch. This is your lining. Now cover this one back. When you cover it back, you will see that your lining is coming out of here. So you are going to focus on this place that has joining. This, let me draw it out so that you see. This is where we are going to start. So this line must match with this line, good side to good side facing each other. So if you see, this is the good side, and this is our seam allowance. And then here is the good side. So you are going to open this lining like this. You will open it like this. You will now carry this good one and cover it on top. Then you hold it like this. Let me bring it close to the camera so that you guys can see. This is what I told you. This is our lining. So we are focusing on this part. This is what we are going to focus on. Then here too, this good side should rise up and lie over this side. This is the good side. This is the good side. So you are going to turn it. Now see the good side. See this good side. Just turn it on it. Just, I hope you can see. Turn it over on it. And then pin it. Let me do that again. This is something that you need to understand. This is our lining. This is, you will pull it out because it's smaller. Then when you pull it out, you will take this side. If you look at this side and this side, this is where two of them will match. This one and this one. This 1 inch allowance plus 1 inch allowance should lie on each other. So you are going to hold this one here like this. Then you are going to hold this one, good side to good side. And now you are going to put them together. Good side to good side, put them together. So if you want to know if you got it correctly, just pin it. Where are my pins? Pin it. When you pin it, you turn it. You will now see that good side to good side. Open it back again, hold it there. So this is where you are going to be sewing. Good side to good side. Now, you are not going to sew this thing 360. You are going to sew, you are going to hold it. You are going to start sewing from this pin. You will sew it halfway. You will sew it until you reach this side. You cannot go round. You are going to turn again. You will come and sew this side and meet that place. I hope I've communicated. After you have pinned this thing, you cannot sew it round at once. You will sew this side and stop at the shoulder joining. You will come back and sew this side and start at the shoulder joining. I'm going to say this thing as many times as possible. After pinning it here, the good side, the good side. After pinning it, you pin it. Then you start sewing from here. You sew round. You will be following, you'll be holding it. You have to keep drawing it out. You will keep following it. You'll be sewing, to keep drawing it out. You will draw until you will get to this shoulder point, where this shoulder meets this marking. Where this shoulder meets that mark that we did on our lining. Then when you finish, you can still draw it if you so wish, but you cannot go further. You will stop. Then you will come back and pull it from this side too and sew it and meet it there. Okay, this is our balloon sleeve. Let's turn it. On the inside, as you can see, is a fitted sleeve. I hope you can see. It's a fitted sleeve, but on the outside, it is a balloon sleeve. So this is what we got. You should iron. Go ahead and steam press yours. Iron it. So let's turn it on the outside. On the outside, we have a balloon sleeve. This is what makes it balloon. Please always remember to remove your pin. Oh, see one pin here. I just forgot it. Let me turn and go and remove it. I forgot a pin inside. If you are using pins, try and always check. So this is our sleeve on the outside. This is our sleeve on the outside. And I've already showed you on the inside. I've already showed you on the inside. So you're going to do the same thing to the other sleeve. Now, I want to show you people something here quick. After you have fixed this sleeve, see this part. Please hold two of them and sew them together. So that oh my God, I'm moving away from the camera. See, after sewing your sleeve like this is what you've gotten. Open inside. This seam, this place and this place, just hold them. Don't sew, just small. You can even use needle and thread. Just use needle and thread and just match it, let them stay together so that it will help your sleeve to stand. Don't leave it like this. Don't leave it open like this. This seam allowance, just hold it here. Then this seam, hold two of them. Use needle and thread, sew. You can use machine and match only there. Don't sew round though, match only there. Or needle and thread, just for it to stay in one place like this. It gives shape to your balloon sleeve. So this is it. You are going to do the same thing on this other side. So I will not be recording this one. I don't want the video to be long, but the same method we applied here is what you're going to apply this side. All right, let's start sewing. If we didn't get it in the other video, you will still get it here. So like I said, the good side to good side meet together. This is it. I drew my armhole out. Sorry, my sleeve out. So I take this good side and I take this other side. See them together. And I place it, turn it and place it on top. Then when I place it on top, I use my pin to hold it. I use my pin to hold it. I hope you can see. So let's start sewing. Like I told you, you're not going to sew. You're going to keep adjusting it, and you're going to start sewing from here. You make sure these seam lines align. This is something that you really have to take your time. You don't have to rush, because you will have to be sure that all your lines, all your adjustments are in correct place. So you're going to sew 1/2 inch. Now this is my sleeve. You keep drawing it out. You keep drawing it. And now this shoulder line is now with that marking we did for on the lining. So you are going to go, you will just cross it a little bit, cross the shoulder line a little bit, but you can't go round. Then you're going to stop. As you can see, we didn't finish. Can you see this opening? Because the way we have already fixed the other sleeve, so we can't go round. So we started from here, we went round, we stopped here. We are now going to open this side. Then we will now start from here and stop where we stopped. This is something that you really have to take your time and do it. If you see that it's not sitting properly, it's your responsibility to work on it. Mine is fighting me. Of course, it will fight you. That's it. You go back to the same place where we started here. And you will sew and you will meet up. Always check under so that you will not match. You are really going to be doing these adjustments. Yes. So we will snip it. We will snip it the same way we snipped. You must snip your armhole if you want it to lie flat. Keep turning it inside and snip it. That's it. So let's turn it on the inside. This is our sleeve. This is our sleeve on the inside. On the inside is a fitted sleeve, but on the outside it is a balloon. Ewo. Our inside is a fitted sleeve, but on the outside is a balloon sleeve. Okay, the crinoline, you can see my crinoline. I've ironed it now. You will not see lumps on my crinoline. Why? Because I told you people, you finish before you iron. The secret of crinoline is in ironing. No matter how you do it, when you've put the first one, please don't iron. You fix it, you top see my work. Those people that say you want your work to be as clean as mine, can you see this? So when you are fixing your crinoline, please don't iron. Fix everything and finish before you iron. Now I want to show you people how to, we are going to gather. I've done my gather, I've ironed my crinoline, I've done my gathers. So before you gather, find your side seam. How do I find? This is already folded into two. This is how I find my side seam. This is already into two. So by the time I fold it like this, it's now into four. Then I will snip here. This is my side seam. This is my zip allowance. This is my center front. You mark it before you gather it. If not, you will find out that you have too many gathers in the front, less gathers at the back. You will find yourself, as in, your work will not be neat. So I have folded the first one. This is into two, and now this is into four. You fold it into four. This into four. This is my zip allowance. This is my center front. So here is where you will snip. By the side, one will be on the left seam, one is on the right seam. So I hope you understand. This place is my side seam. This is my zip allowance. This is my center front. This place, snip it, mark it. You will gather here to the waist on this left. You will gather to the waist on the left side, this other one to the right side, then here is the front. That's what I wanted to show you guys. So I will gather it, we'll go to the machine and we'll fix it. Here we'll be joining our top to the skirt. We are going to join our top and the skirt together. So you are going to find your side seam, that place I told you to mark, and we are starting with the short one first. We're starting with this short one. Find the mark, that place where you marked, that will match the side seam. I had shown you earlier. Find it. When you find it, match it to the side seam. Match it to the side seam. You find your pin and you pin it. When you find it, you match it to the side seam. The reason is so that one side will not have more gathers than the other. You pin it. You do same to the second side. This other side, you find the marking. Find where you had marked it. Sometimes it's hard. Okay.
I found it. Now you match it to the side seam and pin it so that your gathers will be even. Remember I said the shorter side, we are starting with the short side. You arrange your gathers and you go to the machine and sew. Always start with the short one first. You are going to join them separately. Okay, now we are going to sew. We are going to join the skirt and the top. You are going to start sewing. You are going to start sewing from the tip, but please don't gather that 1 inch allowance, so zip allowance. Don't gather it. Don't gather and start sewing. Let your gather start after 1 inch, so that you will not come and match your zip on gathers. Don't gather 1 inch, this small 1 inch for zip allowance. Please don't let gathers not start there. Gathers will start after the 1 inch zip allowance. Then arrange your gathers as you sew. Remember I told you we started with the shorter one. If you start with the longer one, you'll miss it. The short one, which is going to be on the outside. Arrange your gathers as you sew. This is a slow process. It's not something you rush. Arrange your gathers as you sew. Arrange your gathers as you sew.
Now we are going to take the second skirt. We have finished the first one. The first one, we fix it to the blouse. This is the first one. We have finished fixing it. This is the one that was shorter. We fix it to the blouse. Now we're going to take the second one and fix it on top. We fix this one separately, as you can see. This is it. We fix it to the top separately. Now we're going to take the second one and match it for the second time to the same waist. So let's start sewing it. So we are taking the second step. This is the first step. We have fixed it to the top. Now we are taking the second step, which is longer. We started with the one that was shorter. So we are taking the second one, which is longer, putting it at the same waist so that we will start sewing. So let's start sewing it now. Okay. Let's start sewing. Okay. We are sewing the second waist now on top of the first one. Like I said, you are going to be adjusting. You will have to be adjusting them. If you don't adjust, you will have issues. This is the second step. So you're going to continue like that to the very end. Now I want to fix lining. We are done. I want to fix lining just the same way we did in the first dress. Good side to good side. This is how you fix the lining. Good side to good side. Now we are sewing lining. And you continue like this to the end. So we have finished sewing this one to the end. I don't want the video to be too long. This is it. We have finished. So we are turning it on the inside. Let's go that side and turn it. I'm putting hard net inside this gown. This is the hard net I created. I don't put my hard net on lining. I cut part of the lining and put my hard net on it. Let me show you people see what I did. I didn't sew it on the lining. I will now take this one and I'll sew it to the waist. This waist. So that the hard net is not even on the waist. It is the lining. Can you see? I will gather this. I will sew it around the waist. I don't sew this one because it will be too hard. So I cut 2 inches of my lining, sew my hard net to it. Then this part of it, this is the one that will go to the waist, so that the waist will not come and be too thick. I don't know if people are seeing it. So this is it. I will be sewing it around the waist. 2 inches of my lining. The length is the same with the waist measurement. I now attached my hard net, my hard net to it. I don't really use hard net per se, but I use little of it sometimes. But I don't use hard net in dresses that have to do with net. This is doll face, so I'm putting it to give it a kind of small rise. So this is what I'll be doing here. So let's sew it. Now we are going to fix the zip the same way I have taught you. This is how you put the zip. I have taught you before. You put it and you pin it all through. So let's go and sew it. If people have learned it before, you'll watch how I do it, then you will flow. Okay, I've taught you people how to fix zip before, so I'm still going to do it for you people to see. This is the zip. Now, in the other lesson, I taught people how to seal this thing at first. So I've started the first one. Going back to seal it. It actually skipped my mind. Even for this one, you're going to seal it separately. You will not seal it together. It is done separately. I actually started fixing my zip before I realized. So I'm going to seal it up now. You seal it and stop where the zip stops. Then you do the second one too. You will do it separately. I have done mine separately. So if you look at this, we how will I explain it now? We did this thing separately. So we sewed the zip on two of them, and when we got to this point, one overlapped. Look at it. This is where it stopped. You can snip it on the inside after you finish so that it will not puff. Let me snip it so that you guys will see. Just where the zip stop, you can snip it. Just a little, not to that extent. And once you snip it, it has crossed. And you will now sew your zip straight down. When you get there, nobody will tell you. You will just understand what I'm saying. If you don't snip it, there's a way it's shooting out.
Okay, I will be sewing my hard net. I don't took the hard net and sew on the waist. I sew on a piece of lining, 2 inches lining. I will sew it on the 2 inches lining first, and I'll carry it and join it to the waist. This is optional, it's not compulsory. Everybody can do their own method, but this is how I do my own. So I just wanted to show you people how I sew my hard net. I will not carry the hard net and put it to the waist. I will cut lining the same length with the waist. If the waist is 22 or 24, I will cut 24, but it will be 2 inches. Sew my hard net on it. Then I will carry it and I'll sew it to the waist of the cloth. Like I said, this method is optional. You mustn't do it this way. I just wanted to do mine like this. Everybody has their own unique way of doing things. So this is not, it's just my own. I just wanted people to understand. You can still sew it on the lining. I used to sew it on the lining, but I wanted a situation where nothing will be showing. So I created this method on my own. As you can see, if you go round the waist, the purpose is to help it shoot out. Okay, fixing or trimming is a thing of choice. You do it, that's why you see me playing it in fast forward mode. This is not something we teach. You do it anyhow, your way. So I've been gluing it. I bought this trimming like this. I bought it and now divided into two, pasted it on the body. Then I'm adding other things, flowers and other stones to make it full. So I bought it like this. That's why it's expensive. I bought it 3,500. Then these other ones like 500 naira. The whole thing 4,000 naira. And I'm arranging it. So for this is a thing of choice. Even bow is a thing of choice.